Okay, let's do it. Teofimo Lopez attempts to troll and insult Devin Haney for numbers versus Kambosos 2. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Scan the QR code to subscribe. Now, Teofimo had a very awkward attempt. So, boxing scene, they got an article that says Haney Kambosos rematch watched by an average of 935,000 viewers on ESPN. So the average, we know the average is the lowest number. I don't know why, they decided to write it like that, but the peak is the highest number of concurrent viewers at a given time, and that's just what they put. So just under 1 million. And Teofimo Lopez says, man, for undisputed, sheesh, hashtag catch up, right? Devin Haney obviously seen this, and I'll get to what he said and give you more of my thoughts. He says, let's not act like it wasn't 3 big fights on the same day. Ray Jackson says, George Kambosos had you like this. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, because that's my sentiments exactly. This was you versus, these are fans, and Devin Haney's retweeting it. This was you versus George Kambosos, looking like you was mauled by a grizzly bear. Devin Haney is in the gym as you are tweeting on the couch. Ooh. What really matters is that Kambosos won more rounds against you in one fight than he did against Devin Haney in both fights. To which Devin Haney says, say that louder for the people in the back. Kambosos damn near killed his ass. Wow. So that's the clap back so far as of me recording this video. Listen, I mean, my thoughts aren't much different, because what Teofimo did is pretty foolish. I mean, you're attempting to insult Devin Haney for, I guess, having lower numbers than you. But what he doesn't have is a loss to Kambosos Jr. Another thing that makes that incredibly like a tough pill to swallow and makes it pretty horrendous for Teofimo is he came up with 1 million excuses, him and his team. They had excuses and all this damage control, saying his esophagus exploded and, he couldn't breathe and all this stuff. And they had doctors trying to co-sign it. But there's pictures of him after the 12th round. So you were near death. That's what they said. And you're in this like near fatal state of near mortality. And you hit a backflip after the Kambosos fight. That don't sound right. How do you have enough? If you can't breathe, the last thing on your mind would be to let me do a Chris Brown and, bust his backflip. But you were trying to save face because he was saying, oh, I won. How do you have he even had the energy, Teofimo had the energy to say, oh man, come on, I won, I was robbed and this type of stuff. So I've been sick before, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have had very bad sicknesses and things like that. Just think about the time where you were sick as a dog, and the last thing on your mind is arguing with people. The last thing on your mind is trying to prove a point. Last thing on your mind is trying to hit a backflip. You're not thinking about stuff like that. If your life is in peril, I can assure you, those aren't things you're thinking about. Like if you went on somebody's ship and they push you overboard and you can't swim and you're in the middle of the ocean, you're not going to be thinking about, oh, them kids in middle school used to pick on me. You're not going to be thinking about dumb stuff like that. You're in the middle of the ocean about to drown. You're not going to be like, oh, why did they bully me in the 8th grade? That's not what comes to light. So how did Teofimo, if he was near death and all this stuff that they came out and said, how was he able to do so much for 12 rounds, drop Kambosos late, and then do backflips and argue that he won the fight and things like that? So that's a bad look. But what makes it worse is that you're trying to insult Devin Haney, who beat the guy in his own backyard twice, whereas Teofimo lost in his own backyard. He says he's from New York, born in Florida or whatever, from New York, so that's his home. That's where he grew up. Cool. Kambosos came to New York as an Australian fighter and bloodied you up. You can see the Exhibit A. You know, he bloodied you up, and especially in the second fight. Don't get it twisted. The first fight, Kambosos' face wore the markings of a fight, and his face was a bit tattered. Devin Haney didn't get touched. And even in the second fight, Devin Haney got hit with a few more rights, but I mean, that's to be expected because in a rematch, you're given a whole, it's like football. When you get that first down, you have a fresh set of downs. So Kambosos had 12 rounds to try to figure something out. Of course, he got heart. He's going to try to make something happen. So at best, he landed a couple rights. But in return, Devin Haney had him busted up. Scalp was bleeding, and he looked like he was in bad shape. Devin was a lot more aggressive, and Devin did this in his backyard twice. So to me, the whole thing sounds foolish, and you guys seemingly are willing to allow anything to be said in the world of boxing, and it just sounds goofy to me that more people don't come out and say the stuff that we all know is true that I'm willing to say on my videos. For Teofimo, he's not in any space to try to clown. There's so many different ways. Teofimo makes it too easy. I mean, Arnold Barboza Jr. is calling out Teofimo, and Teofimo, there's literally a video of him. He just moved to 140, fought an unknown Pedro Campa, right? And there's a video of him after the Campa fight that no one really asked for. But okay, it's his first fight at 140, new division, and he was coming off a loss. So whatever, he fought the Campa dude. But now Arnold Barboza has been calling you out, Barboza Jr., and there's literally a video released by Top Rank, his promoter, and the video, he says, hey, don't feed me, or he said, don't give me Barboza. I just don't want to fight Barboza. I got bigger fish to fry. That bigger fish, a guy that Gervonta Davis knocked out in 2019 or something, 2017, I think it was. It was like 5 years ago, so it was probably 2017. Tank Davis knocked out Jose Pedraza. He's not really a 140-pounder. He's older. If you look at, he's coming off a draw that he really lost to a guy that Teofimo already beat in Richard Comey. He lost to Jose Ramirez. If you look at his recent performances, he got some L's. He lost to Lomachenko, a guy Teofimo beat. Why is Teofimo not fighting at least a Barboza Jr. and he's fighting Pedraza? And he's on tape saying, I don't want to fight Barboza Jr. Meanwhile, Devin Haney is saying, I want Tank. I want Eastside Pitbull Cruz. I want Ryan. He been calling out Ryan. So it's just like Teofimo's not really in a great position to try to roast anybody over numbers or whatever. And you guys allow and enable some of this behavior because you don't check it out the door and nip it in the bud. Devin Haney literally went to Australia twice and beat the man in his own homeland. That deserves a lot of praise. And if it ain't one thing, it's another. Teofimo, he didn't have to battle the Super Bowl. Like October 15th was like a Super Bowl for boxing. You had great women's fight. The GOAT, Clarissa Shields, she fought Savannah Marshall in London. 20,000 people. They said that fight did like 2 million over there in the UK. On the same card, Alicia Bumgardner, Michaela Mayer, Bad Blood rivalry, right? You had Wilder coming back in the return off a loss. Caleb Plant coming back in the return off a loss with Darrell. And then, of course, Devin Haney and Kambosos. And you're talking about numbers, but talk about the performance. Devin Haney schooled Kambosos, made it look easy while you struggle with Kambosos. And Kambosos is saying like, oh, Devin Haney's top 5. I just couldn't beat him. He's too good and too slick. Meanwhile, Teo didn't look so slick, and his face was all beat up and bloody. It's just like, where do you get off trying to insult the man? You fought Lomachenko. And he was never undisputed. And Teofimo, I told you I can go on all day about this. Teofimo claimed undisputed, and he was never undisputed. I mean, it just looks like you hating. And you got Pedraza, another fight no one's asking for. It seems like that would be a better thing to worry about. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know how I did in this video. Scan the QR code. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.